Thousands of senior travelers are being rejected at the airports in California every single month, and it's happening for reasons you wouldn't believe. Imagine arriving at the airport excited for your trip, only to find out that you're not allowed to board your flight. It's a nightmare that's becoming more and more common for travelers 65 and older. You'd think your experience would make things smoother, but instead you might face a crushing rejection that no one expects. This isn't a rare occurrence. It's happening right now, and if you don't know the hidden traps, it could happen to you. 65,000 seniors were denied boarding last year alone, and the reasons are shocking, ranging from overlooked rules to confusing travel policies that most travelers don't even know exist. Are you at risk? Stick around as we break down 10 reasons why 65-plus travelers are being turned away at airports, and more importantly, how you can avoid becoming one of them. You don't want to miss this. It could save you from a huge travel disaster. We've put tons of effort into this video, and we'd love to hear what you think. Drop a comment and subscribe with just one click to stay in the loop on more crucial travel info. Number 1. Age-related challenges with travel assistance. When you reach a certain age, traveling can become a bit more complicated. It's not just about the excitement of visiting new places. There are hidden challenges that often go unnoticed, especially for senior travelers. One of the biggest issues that 65-plus travelers face is the lack of proper travel assistance, and the consequences can be devastating. Airports and airlines offer assistance programs, but many seniors overlook or forget to book them in advance. Whether it's mobility assistance, special seating, or extra help with check-in, these services aren't automatic. If you show up at the airport without having pre-arranged your needs, you might find yourself struggling with long lines, unexpected delays, or even not being able to board at all. And this can leave you feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and frustrated, especially if you've already spent time packing and preparing for the trip. Airport staff is trained to help, but they can't always accommodate everyone on the spot. Even with valid medical requirements, failure to inform airlines ahead of time about your special needs could result in you being left behind. And as much as you want to believe that your experience should allow you to sail through smoothly, it's not always that simple. For seniors, it's crucial to notify your airline about special needs, medical conditions, or any other requirements as early as possible. Ideally, when you book your ticket, don't wait until the day of your flight to ask for assistance. Waiting last minute can lead to confusion, delays, or even being told there's no availability for help. The good news is it's easy to avoid this. Simply reach out to your airline or travel agent ahead of time to confirm what help is available. Whether it's extra time for boarding, a wheelchair, or medical assistance, most airlines are happy to accommodate if they know in advance. And don't forget that some countries and airlines have specific age-related travel rules or restrictions. So it's important to check for these details. The more informed you are, the smoother your journey will be. By planning ahead and knowing what to ask for, senior travelers can avoid one of the biggest travel pitfalls that can lead to being rejected or delayed at the airport. We've poured our hearts into making this video to help you out. Now we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment and subscribe with just one click to stay updated on more essential travel tips. Number 2. Lack of pre-flight test or health certification. In today's travel landscape, health certifications and COVID-19 tests are still crucial for boarding flights. And this is one area where many senior travelers are caught off guard. While the pandemic may seem like a distant memory for some, the reality is that certain travel restrictions and health protocols are still very much in place, especially for international travel or flights to specific destinations. If you're 65 or older and planning a trip, forgetting to schedule a pre-flight test or update your health certification could cause serious issues at the airport. Even with all the advances in travel freedom, some countries and airlines still require proof of a negative COVID-19 test before boarding, along with other health certifications, a link especially for travelers aged 65 and up who may be seen as higher risk. These regulations change frequently, making it vital to double-check the latest requirements for your destination and ensure you're up to date with the necessary tests or vaccinations. Many senior travelers are under the impression that if they were previously vaccinated or have traveled before without issues, they're automatically good to go. Unfortunately, this isn't always the case. Health documents have expiration dates and protocols are updated regularly, sometimes even just days before your flight. A missing certificate or an outdated health document can mean being turned away at the gate. It's crucial to schedule your pre-flight test if required and obtain a health certification well in advance of your trip. Some airlines and destinations even have strict timelines on when the test must be taken to be valid for travel. So leaving it until the last minute could result in unnecessary stress or even a missed flight.
If you're unsure about the rules, reach out to your airline or check the destination's health entry requirements well in advance. The key to avoiding this travel trap is simple. Don't leave health documentation to the last minute. Always have a digital copy, and make sure you're fully prepared with all the necessary medical paperwork. We've worked hard to bring you this info, and now we want to hear your story. Drop a comment and subscribe with just one click for more life-saving travel tips. Number 3. Confusing airline policies. One of the most frustrating aspects of air travel is the constantly changing policies, especially when it comes to baggage, check-in procedures, and boarding rules. This problem is magnified for senior travelers who may not be as familiar with newer digital check-in processes or may not be aware of certain restrictions or updates.
Airline policies are evolving quickly, and what was once an easy, straightforward experience may now come with more hoops to jump through. It's easy to assume that your usual routine will still work, that the baggage limits are the same, the boarding process remains unchanged, or that you won't be asked about documents you've never had to show before. However, airlines are now implementing stricter measures to prevent confusion and keep passengers and crews safe especially after the disruptions caused by the pandemic. Seniors who haven't flown recently may not be up to date with the latest rules, which can cause serious delays. A simple example is the way luggage is handled. Many airlines have updated their carry-on baggage policies, limiting the size, weight, or even the number of items allowed. A senior traveler might assume that their usual carry-on bag will be fine, only to be told it's too large or too heavy, forcing them to either pay extra fees or recheck the bag. This can easily lead to unnecessary stress, delays, and even missed flights. Another common issue arises with boarding passes. Senior travelers who are not familiar with mobile check-ins may still rely on paper boarding passes, not realizing that some airlines now only accept digital versions. This seemingly small mistake can result in confusion and missed opportunities to board. Additionally, some airlines have switched to biometric scanning for identification, meaning if you don't have the right information linked to your profile, you may face significant delays. These policy changes can be confusing, but they don't have to be. The best thing you can do to avoid being caught off guard is to check your airline's website or call their customer service line before you even pack. Be sure to familiarize yourself with their most recent baggage rules, check-in process, and boarding procedures. If you know what to expect, you'll breeze through the process without any stress or confusion. By staying ahead of these policy updates, you'll be able to avoid some of the most common issues facing senior travelers today. While it's all about being proactive and making sure you're prepared before you even step foot in the airport, we put a lot of effort into creating this video to make your travel smoother. Now we want to hear from you. Leave a comment and subscribe with just one click for more essential tips you won't want to miss. Number 4. TSA security delays. TSA security lines can be stressful for anyone, but for senior travelers, the process can feel even more overwhelming and time-consuming. Many senior citizens don't realize that they may be subject to extra scrutiny when going through security. This includes additional checks for medical devices, medications, or mobility aids like walkers and canes. While these measures are in place to ensure safety, they can significantly delay the process and lead to missed flights if not accounted for in advance. One common issue is the requirement to declare medical devices or medications when going through security. Many seniors may forget to mention their medical conditions or the medications they are carrying, which can result in extra searches or delays. It's essential to inform TSA officers of any special items, a key such as insulin pumps, hearing aids, or oxygen tanks, well before the screening process. This small step can save a lot of time and frustration. Another area of concern for senior travelers is the additional screening for mobility devices like wheelchairs or walkers. TSA officers may need to perform manual checks, which can take extra time. If you're not aware of this, it might catch you by surprise and make you late for your flight. Allowing extra time for these checks can help ease any stress and ensure you make it to your gate on time. Many travelers, including seniors, assume that they can breeze through security the way they did years ago. But the reality is today's security protocols are much more thorough and detailed. It's important to plan ahead and factor in the extra time it may take for these additional screenings. Arriving early at the airport is key to avoiding the stress of last-minute rushes. A good rule of thumb is to arrive at least 2 hours before your flight for domestic travel and 3 hours for international flights. This extra time will give you the cushion you need to account for any additional checks and reduce the chance of missing your flight. TSA has made efforts to accommodate senior travelers, offering programs like TSA PreCheck to speed up the security process. If you travel frequently, it's worth considering applying for this program, which allows you to bypass the more lengthy security lines and enjoy a faster screening process. In the end, understanding the security process and preparing for the possibility of additional screenings is the best way to ensure a smooth experience. Being proactive and allowing enough time for the security checks can save you from the frustration of rush travel. We've invested a lot of time and effort into bringing you this valuable information. Now it's your turn. Leave a comment and subscribe with just one click to stay ahead on all the latest travel tips. Number 5, TSA PreCheck or Global Entry. One of the most underutilized travel tools for senior citizens is TSA PreCheck or Global Entry. These programs are designed to make the airport security process faster and easier, and yet many senior travelers overlook their benefits. While these programs require a bit of time and effort to enroll in, they can save you hours in the long run and drastically reduce the stress of air travel. TSA PreCheck allows travelers to bypass long security lines and enjoy expedited screening. For seniors, this means you won't have to remove shoes, belts, or jackets, and you can leave your laptop and liquids in your bag. It's an enormous time saver, especially if you're flying out of a busy airport. For senior travelers who may not be as familiar with the modern security process, TSA PreCheck provides an excellent opportunity to avoid the usual hassle. Similarly, Global Entry provides even more benefits, especially for those traveling internationally. With Global Entry, you can enjoy faster customs screening when returning to the US, which can be a huge advantage after a long international flight. The program also gives you TSA PreCheck privileges. So it's essentially a two-in-one deal offering both expedited airport security and customs clearance. The problem is many seniors are still unaware of these programs or think they're too complicated to apply for. The application process for both TSA PreCheck and Global Entry involves a background check, a brief interview, and a fee, but the benefits far outweigh the effort involved. In fact, once approved, you can use TSA PreCheck for 5 years, which makes it a solid investment for frequent travelers. Applying for TSA PreCheck or Global Entry is straightforward and there's no age limit, so even seniors can take advantage of these programs. For seniors who struggle with standing in long lines or who have mobility issues, these programs provide much needed relief. It's not just about convenience, it's about ensuring a smoother, stress-free travel experience from start to finish. But perhaps the best part is that these programs are available to anyone, regardless of age, as long as they meet the requirements. So why not make your next trip a lot less stressful by applying for TSA PreCheck or Global Entry today? The time you save in line will be worth the small investment. In the end, taking the time to enroll in these programs will make a world of difference in your travel experience. Whether you travel once a year or multiple times, TSA PreCheck and Global Entry are worth considering. It's a quick, easy step to improving the overall travel process. We put a ton of effort into making this video for you. Now let's hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and subscribe with just one click for more essential travel tips. Number 6, lack of awareness of new travel requirements. In the ever-changing world of air travel, one of the biggest challenges for senior travelers is keeping up with new travel requirements that seem to pop up overnight. Many seniors assume that the same rules they followed years ago still apply today, but travel regulations are constantly evolving. From health requirements to documentation updates, the world of travel can be confusing. And not being aware of these changes can cause serious problems, especially when you're trying to board a flight. Take the ongoing changes in health requirements, for example. Even if you've traveled recently, it's possible that your health documents or certifications may no longer be valid. Countries and airlines may require proof of recent vaccinations, negative COVID-19 tests, or other health-related documentation before you can board. If you're not keeping up with these changes, you might arrive at the airport only to be told your documents aren't sufficient, which could lead to denial of boarding. These health protocols aren't just limited to international travel. Domestic flights have seen their own set of evolving requirements, especially in response to the pandemic's lingering effects. The truth is, every airline and destination can have its own set of rules, and they're not always communicated clearly. While some travelers may find this a minor inconvenience for seniors, it can be devastating to find out at the last minute that you've missed an important step or document. Beyond health checks, passport validity rules are another area that often catches senior travelers off guard. Many countries now require passports to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel dates. If your passport is nearing expiration, you might not be able to board your flight at all. This requirement and all can sometimes be overlooked or misunderstood, particularly for older travelers who aren't frequent flyers. Another common issue is travel restrictions tied to certain destinations. While some regions have relaxed their travel rules, others continue to impose strict entry requirements. These may include quarantine measures, travel bans, or specific testing protocols. Without proper awareness, you could find yourself in a difficult situation at the airport, scrambling to figure out what went wrong. This is where staying informed becomes crucial. Subscribe to travel updates from your airline. Check for any new travel requirements and ensure you have all the necessary documents before your trip. It's also wise to visit official government websites or trusted travel platforms to get the most accurate and up-to-date information. It might feel like a lot of work, but it's worth it to avoid the stress and confusion that can arise from being unprepared. If you want a smooth travel experience, always plan ahead. Keep up with the latest travel changes and make sure you're on top of all requirements. Remember, a few minutes of preparation now can save you a lot of frustration at the airport. We've put a lot of work into bringing you this video, and now it's your turn. Leave a comment and subscribe with just one click to get more valuable travel tips. Number 7. Confusion over boarding pass issues. One of the most overlooked challenges for senior travelers is dealing with boarding pass issues, especially when technology is involved. In today's world, digital boarding passes are now the norm. Yet, many seniors still rely on traditional paper boarding passes. This can cause confusion and delays, particularly if the boarding pass isn't working properly or if the airline's mobile app has been updated without the traveler being aware. These issues are easily preventable, but they can lead to unnecessary stress at the airport. Many seniors are not as familiar with using smartphones for travel-related tasks like checking eco, checking in, or downloading a boarding pass. When issues arise, such as not being able to access or display the digital boarding pass on a phone, it can cause last-minute scrambling at the gate. Some airlines only allow mobile boarding passes, and if you haven't downloaded yours or updated the app, it may not scan properly when you reach the gate, leading to delays or even a missed flight. Moreover, boarding passes are not just about getting on the plane. They often provide important information such as gate changes, boarding times, and any special notices about the flight. If your boarding pass isn't easily accessible or up to date, you might miss crucial updates that could affect your flight. Seniors who are less familiar with these digital processes may find themselves at a loss when problems arise, causing them to be caught off guard. Even if you're used to paper boarding passes, many airports and airlines now have self-service kiosks or require you to check in via mobile apps. This can be confusing for senior travelers who haven't had to adjust to these new processes. Without understanding how to use these systems, it's easy to miss check-in deadlines or encounter delays when trying to get through security or boarding. To avoid this issue, it's essential to check your airline's app before your flight to confirm that your boarding pass is ready. It's also a good idea to keep a hard copy of the boarding pass just in case there are any issues with your phone or digital device. And if you're unsure about how to use the app or kiosk, don't hesitate to ask for assistance from an airport staff member. They can guide you through the process and ensure you're ready to board smoothly. The key takeaway here is to stay prepared and ensure your boarding pass is in order well before you get to the airport. Whether it's printed or digital, make sure you can easily access your pass and check for any updates. With just a little bit of effort to stay on top of these details, you can avoid last-minute panic and ensure a smoother journey from check-in to takeoff. We've worked hard to bring you this valuable information. Now it's your turn. Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe with just one click for more crucial travel tips. Number 8. Forgotten visa requirements. One of the most common reasons senior travelers are rejected at the airport is simply forgetting to check visa requirements. While the process of securing a visa used to be more straightforward, today's travel regulations are constantly changing depending on the country you're visiting. You may need a visa even for short stays, or you may be required to apply for one in advance rather than getting a visa on arrival. Senior travelers are often surprised by these requirements, especially if they haven't traveled internationally for a while. It's easy to assume that since you've traveled before or have been to the destination in the past, the visa rules haven't changed. But visa policies are updated regularly, and there's a chance the requirements have shifted without your knowledge. Countries are tightening their entry requirements to protect national security, and even travelers from countries with generally visa-exempt statuses might now need to go through additional steps. For example, many destinations now require e-visas, which must be completed online before departure. Missing this step can result in serious travel headaches. Some senior travelers are not familiar with these updated visa systems, or might forget that their old visa has expired. Many countries now require a visa to be valid for several months beyond your stay. And if your visa has expired or isn't valid long enough, you could be denied entry even if you've booked your flight and accommodations. Even if you think you're set, not having the right visa documentation can be a game changer that prevents you from boarding your flight. Moreover, also some countries require multiple entry visas, especially if you're planning to visit more than one destination on a single trip. If you don't have the proper multi-entry visa, you may be stopped at the gate or face delays upon arrival. These visa issues can be tricky, especially if you're unsure about how to apply or which forms to fill out. If you're traveling to a destination that requires a visa, double-check the visa process well in advance. To avoid being turned away, start the visa process early, well before your departure date. Check with the embassy or consulate of the country you're visiting to make sure you have the correct visa, or apply online if needed. Some countries offer fast-track visa services, so planning ahead can save you time and frustration. Don't wait until the last minute to secure the proper documentation. Doing so could result in missed flights or even being refused entry into the country altogether. Checking visa requirements in advance can make a huge difference in ensuring your trip goes smoothly and you don't find yourself stranded at the airport. We've poured our effort into creating this video to make your travel smoother. Now we want to hear from you. Drop a comment and subscribe with just one click for more travel tips you won't want to miss. Number 9. Increased scrutiny of health documents. In the post-pandemic era, travel has become more complex than ever, particularly for senior travelers. One of the key issues that often leads to denied boarding at the airport is missing or incorrect health documentation. Whether it's a COVID-19 vaccination record, a negative test result, or a health certification, the importance of keeping your health documents up to date cannot be overstated. Many senior travelers are unaware of the frequent changes to health entry requirements, which can vary not only by airline but also by country or even specific regions within a country. For seniors who have been vaccinated or who have previously traveled with little hassle, it can come as a rude shock to be told their health documentation is either expired or doesn't meet the latest requirements. Countries and airlines are still updating their health protocols regularly, and without the most recent information, you could find yourself stuck at check-in or security, scrambling to figure out what went wrong. Some airlines and destinations have very specific testing windows, requiring travelers to show proof of a negative COVID-19 test taken within a certain time frame before departure. If you don't meet that requirement, you won't be allowed to board. Similarly, while many places now accept digital health records, some airlines or countries still require paper copies. This inconsistency can be confusing for seniors who are used to older systems and may not be as tech-savvy. Moreover, medical exemptions or other special accommodations for seniors with health conditions can also be tricky. Seniors who may need to submit a medical exemption certificate for a required vaccine or test could find that their exemption is not accepted because it doesn't meet the specific guidelines of their destination country. This can cause major delays or even outright rejection at the airport. It's crucial to consult the guidelines from your airline or travel authority to ensure you have the correct documentation and that it's accepted everywhere you're traveling to. To avoid delays and confusion, make sure you understand the latest travel health requirements for your destination. Visit official websites, double-check entry restrictions, and consider reaching out to your airline or a travel agent for clarification. It's better to be over-prepared than to find yourself in a situation where you can't board your flight on. If you need any health documents for travel, ensure that they're in order, up to date, and meet all the requirements. Keeping digital and physical copies of everything is a good practice. And don't forget to carry extra copies in case of any issues. We've put so much effort into making this video just for you. Now it's your turn. Leave a comment below and subscribe with just one click for more essential travel tips you can't afford to miss. Number 10. Age-related challenges with travel assistance. As we get older, traveling becomes more complex, and for senior travelers, age-related challenges with travel assistance are a major reason for rejections at airports. Many senior passengers often don't realize the importance of arranging proper assistance in advance or are unaware of the accommodations available to them. These missteps can result in frustrating and even devastating travel experiences, especially for those who require mobility assistance, have medical conditions, or simply need additional time and care during their journey. One of the most common issues seniors face is the lack of pre-arranged assistance. Airlines typically offer mobility aids, seating assistance, and priority boarding, but these services must be requested in advance. One key: if you don't notify the airline ahead of time, there's a chance that the requested assistance won't be available when you arrive at the airport. It can lead to delays, confusion, and even a complete breakdown of your travel plans. Imagine arriving at the airport excited to start your journey, only to be told that there's no assistance available. In some cases, airports or airlines may not have sufficient staff or equipment to meet your needs on the spot, especially during peak travel times when they are overwhelmed. This is why early communication is key. By notifying the airline of your needs well in advance, you can ensure that there is someone waiting for you when you arrive to help with everything from check-in to boarding. Don't assume that assistance will just be available. You must actively request it and make sure you follow up with the airline to confirm. For seniors who have mobility issues, a wheelchair or special seating can make all the difference. These requests should be made when booking your flight, and it's helpful to confirm these needs when you check in too. Some travelers also need additional time for security checks, and this is another area where pre-communication with your airline can help. Informing them of your requirements for extra time can save you from rushing through security and boarding. Another challenge that many seniors overlook is the changing procedures at airports post-pandemic. The global health crisis has led to new protocols for everything from check-in to baggage handling. These changes can be overwhelming, especially for those who are not accustomed to navigating these new systems. Being prepared for these changes is essential to ensure your travel experience is as smooth as possible. Senior travelers also need to be aware of different regulations in various countries regarding assistance services. While one airline or airport may provide excellent service, others might not be as efficient. That's why it's important to check if foreign airports have any specific guidelines or procedures regarding travel assistance, especially if you're flying internationally. Knowing what to expect ahead of time will give you peace of mind and prevent any surprises. Finally, seniors should consider enrolling in programs like TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, which can expedite the process of getting through security. These programs often come with added benefits, such as being able to keep your shoes on during security screenings and not having to remove your laptop or liquids. Having these programs in place will make your travel experience much smoother, especially if you require additional assistance or have a medical condition that needs attention. In the end, the key to smooth travel for seniors lies in proper planning and clear communication with your airline. Whether it's arranging for mobility assistance, extra time, or special accommodations, the more proactive you are, the easier your journey will be. Don't assume that these services will be automatically provided. Make sure to request them and confirm with your airline. We've worked hard to bring you this valuable information. Now, let's hear your story. Leave a comment and subscribe with just one click for more essential travel tips you won't want to miss. Traveling as a senior can be an incredibly rewarding experience, but it also comes with its own unique set of challenges. From overlooked health documents and forgotten visas to the complexities of airport security and travel assistance, the obstacles that senior travelers face are real and often difficult to navigate. The good news is most of these issues can be avoided with a bit of planning, awareness, and the right preparation. By staying informed and keeping up with the latest travel requirements, you can ensure a smoother journey. This means regularly checking for updated health documents, understanding visa regulations, and familiarizing yourself with the specific requirements of your airline and destination with the right documents and knowledge in hand. You'll be able to breeze through security and avoid unnecessary surprises at the gate. It's also crucial to communicate your needs with airlines and airports in advance. Whether you require special assistance or additional time for boarding, early communication with your airline can ensure that everything is in place when you arrive. Many senior travelers overlook this step, assuming assistance will be automatically available, only to face delays and confusion once they are at the airport. Taking advantage of programs like TSA, PreCheck, or Global Entry can also be a game changer for senior travelers. These programs are designed to expedite the travel process, giving you more time to relax and enjoy your journey. Proper planning, whether it's ensuring you have the right documents, making special requests for assistance, or enrolling in expedited screening programs, can make a world of difference in your travel experience. Ultimately, the key to stress-free travel lies in being proactive. By preparing early, staying up to date on regulations, and ensuring all your documents and needs are in order, you'll be able to navigate the airport with confidence and start your trip on the right foot. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to travel. The more prepared you are, the smoother your experience will be. We put a lot of effort into making this video to help you travel smarter. Now, share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe with just one click for more travel insights you won't want to miss.